ahead and call the December 8th, 2016 meeting of the Highlands Recreation and Park District Board of Directors in order. First item on the agenda is the approval of 2 sets of minutes. One is the regular meeting of November 10th with a special meeting of November 17th. Are there any corrections to either one of those? Did you get the one I emailed you?
Yes.
Okay, that's fine, just check. And actually, just so you know, what I emailed Terry is on page 3, under the first 7 minutes of the closed session, I thought we should put cancel there because we didn't hold it at all. Right.
Oh, okay. I thought, it says postponed.
Right, it says postponed kind of there, but the closed session itself was canceled. That item was postponed, but the closed session itself was canceled. We never met.
Okay.
So we were actually wondering if you're slowing down a little bit or something, because you know how very good you are.
What did I miss
finding
down?
Errors.
I just read it fast when I find stuff. What did I miss?
Lower right-hand corner of front page.
Really, Larry?
12/9 is the meeting date.
Oh, yeah.
We corrected it on top. We caught it on top.
Okay.
We corrected it on top.
Yeah, well, we'll come back tomorrow then.
Not Terry's fault. That was my fault for that.
Catch it, no, I missed that one. So we'll approve these one at a time. Anyone want to make a motion to approve the November 10th?
I would make that motion.
I'll second that.
All right, we have a motion, a second. Is there any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. So we want to go for the November 17th minutes. Anyone?
Oh, so moved.
I'll second that.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Abstain. Thank you. One abstention. All right, chairperson's report. Actually, I've got nothing this month. Comments from board members? You don't have anything you want to add?
The community center is looking, the whole complex is looking very festive, very attractive. I like it. I love Christmas lights.
Just so you know that our intention was to put the tree, which this year we got a 17-foot tree. Oh, we have to cut 2 feet off it because of the rain that's projected for the rest of the week, and our tree lighting is tomorrow night. We put it inside the community center, so they had to whack off a couple feet to make it fit. But tomorrow night, the rest of the building and everything will look very decorative.
Very cool.
Wow, excellent.
On the comment about being very festive, I just want to point out Mr. Smith's tie this evening. I thought that was very good. We appreciate that.
Absolutely.
And sorry, just got you beat. All right, anything else? All right, reports from standing committees. I don't believe we have anything. Administrator's report. Larry, is there anything you want to highlight or add to your report?
Yeah, just want to highlight the new telephone system. We're entering into a 5-year lease that will upgrade our 20-year-old telephone system with modern new digital technology. And the beauty of it is, I won't get in, this thing will do everything but wash dishes and vacuum your floors. It's all new equipment, all new system, and it will save the district anywhere between $7,200 and $7,500 a year. The system we currently have, they quit supporting the system 5 to 7 years ago. So it didn't do us any good to keep that system. If something broke, it wasn't going to be fixed or repaired. And again, here we get to go. It just shows you technology. Sometimes you can upgrade and save some money. And Terry was the point person on this, and I think she did a fantastic job working with the vendor. And we staff met with the vendor last week, and I think we all came away pretty impressed. And so we're going to move forward and save some money and get a new phone system at the same time.
So I don't know if I saw it in here. Is this a VoIP or not? It is, okay. You kind of looked at it for a second, Terry.
I had heard what you were saying.
Voice over internet
Yes.
protocol, yeah, okay, sorry. Very cool. Yeah, the county doing that about, 4 years, 5?
Not
That's about right.
I think my department was one of the last ones to vote, so we've been around
Okay.
for a couple of years, yeah.
Anything else, Larry? You good? We'll get to you.
I think that's probably all I have right now.
Okay, any questions? questions for Larry? All right, Scott, you have anything?
You know, there was an item that I was looking at my report, and I neglected to give you at least a brief heads up on.
Okay.
The district is in consideration for a grant from CAL FIRE for some trees for parks.
Oh,
The Regional Conservation Corps is the actual agency that's submitting the grant. We are simply the recipient. So we met with them a couple times, scouted out some locations at Ruth Inman, at Plain Haven, at Freedom Park. Identified some spots, about 27 trees total. Arcade Creek and Sunrise are all also agencies that are on the same grant submission. So we should know something early January. Like I said, Regional Conservation Corps will do the heavy lifting. We'll actually plant the trees. Our role will be to dig some holes and then maintain the trees once they're in the ground. So we're excited about adding some trees after the drought for the last couple of years where we've had to take some of the trees down. I'll report back in January once we hear.
Okay, great. Any questions for Scott? Yeah. Terry? Yes, any questions for Terry? Mike, I thought you had one maybe.
Terry, thank you for the.
You're welcome.
All right, correspondence. We have one item under correspondence that's going to be handled under new business. Comments and reports from citizens or organizations, and since I see no one in the audience, we'll pass on that. Unfinished business, there's none. And we're back to item 10A, new business request by Cougar Booster Club for a fundraiser in the community center. This is our correspondence item. Does staff have any issues with them in the past?
No, they actually pay, so it's
Cool.
nice. And we'll work to figure out how we get the crap out of our garbage cans into a specific garbage can or bag, so we don't mix the two together, because I can tell you what it's going to smell like on Monday morning.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, we'll work that out. All right. Does anyone have any questions of staff then? You're not going to have a motion to approve?
So move.
I'll second that.
Okay, we have a motion to second. Is there any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstention, motion passed unanimously. Next item is item 10B, new board member appointment, board action to appoint to fill Sarah Carson vacancy. So all of you know we were kind of given a little kind of incorrect information. So in essence, what we have done already is to recommend Pedro Marquez to the board. Now the board is saying, no, it's up to us. So basically, we just have to correct that and vote Pedro in. So can I have a motion to appoint Pedro Marquez?
So move.
I'll second that motion to vote for Pedro.
All right. So we have a motion and a second. Is there any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
I will abstain.
And one abstention. And if I'm correct, he will still have to run 2 years for a 2-year shorter term. Is that correct?
I've not been told that,
That's the way it's been in the past.
because he was appointed in the SRM.
Exactly.
I'll
Double check it.
contact the elections office and see what they say this week.
Well, this is by the county, the other ones we voted in and they filled that timeline for the election, so we don't. know.
Until the next election, they fill it, right?
And that's-
So-
We'll confirm it.
Yeah. So, well, I know actually that's what happened when I was appointed, the same thing, we had to run right then. So, item C, Freedom Park Security Plan, board action on a Freedom Park Security Plan. Larry, you're up.
Yeah, I'll kind of just hit the high points here. A few months ago, I addressed the board, and we had a guest as well from the Aerospace Museum, Roxanne, I can't remember last name.
Yeah.
And we shared with the board problems that were experienced at Freedom Park. And as you noted in the report, it's really in 3 areas. It's the lack of security in the park, and because of that, that feels like it's a safety area for the homeless to come into because nobody's going to bother them. The restroom, which they have figured out a way to bypass the electric door system and go inside and kind of camp out in the restrooms and do whatever they're doing in there. And the third is, which is one that we, I'm we should have done years and years ago at the district, and that is update our park signage and take advantage of all the county ordinances that are in place that allow the sheriff's department, when they come out, to issue citations and make arrests. Often, as you know, that if they can't make a citation that's directly correlated to an ordinance, and that person says, well, I didn't see anything in the park that says I couldn't do this, it kind of ties their hands. So briefly, we have worked with Paladin Security, and I'm approaching this in 2 steps. One is for the next basically 30 days to get us so we can take advantage of it now because we're having problems are continuing. And that is with existing budget funds, we will have Paladin come 7 days a week out into the park, twice at night, once during the day. They will come out after midnight and once again right around 4 o'clock in the morning. And the reason we do that is when people come to get all their tents and everything set up, they don't like the idea of having to take everything down and leave in the middle of the night. You do that once or twice, they're going to move someplace else. We've all seen before, staff has, when we've gone out to the park, if they're not in the restrooms, they're setting up tarps and everything over the play equipment or over the sheltered areas trying to get out. We understand that they have a problem and they're trying to just survive. But too many inappropriate activities are taking place, whether it's drugs or whatever, and damage to our facilities and the extra work it's causing staff, and the complaints that we're receiving, which are increasing. We talked with Roxanne. She right now is using Paladin, doing something very similar. If we combine our efforts together, there can be some cost savings, which I'll come back in January and give you more specific costs. But we want to do this now because we have problems in our restrooms, and this is the time of the year where they're coming to the park. Roxanne, I talked to today, told me something interesting. She said that when she leaves around 5 o'clock, she said our parking lot at Freedom fills up with cars and vans and trucks. People come there just to sleep in their vehicles overnight. And she says since she's been using Paladin, she's had 0 problems with people camping out in front of the museum. So we think with our combined efforts, we know we're not solving the problem. We know we're just simply moving the problem someplace else. But I don't think that we have the resources or the ability to do much more than that. So what is in front of you is a proposal to authorize us to go ahead and use existing funds to implement the program now. Scott will start working, getting a lot of information from the county already for the park signage and ordinances. We'll get new signs made up. Those aren't likely to be ready in January. We'll get them as soon as we can. But we will start, and again, a key thing too I should have mentioned is the restrooms, is that we're locking them up earlier. About 4 o'clock in the afternoon, we will put a permanent porta potty out into the park. So that way, if somebody really has to use the restroom, there's always going to be one there, but we don't have the staff to lock them up at 8 or 9 o'clock at night. And to be honest with you, we had a lot of our staff didn't want to do it anymore because they go out there and they already find the homeless setting up the restrooms. And you don't want some 18, 19-year-old kid to have to deal with somebody like that. So we need to take back our park. We need to start doing this. We've had a problem here with a gentleman right outside our door that was camping in that little cove every night. A very, very meticulous guy. He takes him about an hour to leave in the morning because he packs so perfectly. But we now had to call Paladin because he wasn't listening to us. He threatened staff the other day if they touch his stuff. He left the stuff here for 6, 7, 8 hours.
Several hours, yeah.
And he threatened our staff if they touch it. So we had enough of that. So he did not come back last night. And if he comes back tonight, he's likely to find somebody waking him up at 2 o'clock in the morning running him out. So anyway, this is a short term in the sense of we need to address Freedom Park. I will tell you that the same problems exist elsewhere. Freedom is our signature park. That's where we collect a tremendous amount of revenue from park rentals, ticket rentals, and we don't want to have people say we don't want to go there or how to get a bad reputation. So with your support, then we'll go ahead and implement the program as soon as possible. Then we'll come back and do a mid-year budget report in January, which will include a recommendation to fund this through the end of June, and we take funds out of the contingency fund to support it.
I just got one comment. I'd rather, on the signage, I'd rather have the district spend more money on getting better signage that isn't going to go anywhere. It may cost more up front instead of having to replace it a year or two with something bad.
Yeah, I'm not looking at the typical things that you send out and have them screened and they come back and you drill them onto a side of the building or something. Scott and I talked about it, and I'm not a fan of park signage because I think sometimes it's overdone and it just distracts from the park. But I think if we're gonna do it, let's do it right. Let's do it in an area where it's likely to be seen by people coming into our park system. And one that hopefully we don't have to come back and say, oh gee, well, we need to update it again. Now you have to do the whole sign again. So we want to do it the right way.
Perfect. Anyone have any questions?
No, I think
Okay. Anyone want to make a motion to approve the funding through the end of January?
So moved.
Temporary basis.
Second.
All right, so we have a motion, a second for our staff to go ahead and implement this through the end of January with the understanding that they're coming back in January with a mid-year budget adjustment. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstention? Motion passed unanimously. Thank you for that, both of you, all three of you. Sorry. Okay. Well, thanks for the phone system, man. Okay. Next item is item 10D, election of board officers for the 2016 calendar year. We'll go ahead and start off with the chair. We have any nominations for the chair?
Oh, I want to nominate Alan.
Okay. Anyone else?
Okay.
nominate Diane.
Okay. Anyone else? Okay. We'll go ahead and just say all those in favor of Alan?
Aye.
All those in favor of Diane?
Aye.
Oh! Thank you.
So Diane is the chair for 2017. Alan, there's another mistake. It says 2016 calendar year,
Okay.
Oh, man.
but that's on the agenda, not the commissions. So we'll go ahead and do vice chair now.
I'm nominating Alan.
All right. Anyone else? Okay. All those in favor of me?
Aye.
I am.
No. Okay. So then,
Lunch break.
then we go secretary.
I would nominate Zach.
Works for me. Anyone else? All right. All those in favor of Zach?
Aye.
am.
I'll abstain.
Okay. Just moving right along.
Hey, did you say no on yours?
Yes.
So, if anyone has any committee appointments they'd like to be, please let Ms. Richards know before the January meeting, so she can do that then. We move on to item 11, payment of the bills. Board members' opportunity to get clarification and ratify payment of the bills. Anyone have any questions? If there's none, can I have a motion to ratify the payment of the bills?
So moved.
I'll second that.
Okay, we have a motion, a second, is there any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstention? Motion passed unanimously. We're going to go into a recess in just a second, but for a closed session. But before we do that, the next regular meeting of the Board of Directors will be Thursday, January 12th, 2017, 6:30 p.m. right here in the North Valley Rec Center. We are